From Studio B, this is WGALA Brainbusters. Now, here's your host, Rich Rosen.
Well, hello to all our viewers out there, and welcome to Studio B and another inspiring and riveting 30 minutes of challenging questions and answers. You know, I've said this before, and it's true again today. We have met some bright, respectful, and spirited young people, and you're going to see the same thing today with our two new teams, Northeastern and Central Dauphin. So let's put them to work now, because here comes today's opening round. We have 10-point questions, a little bit easier to start up, so let's pick up those signaling buttons. Let's use them frequently and have a great time beginning now with this 10-point question. Mean, median, and mode. They're all averages. Which of them refers to the most frequent number in a set? Lauren?
Mode.
Mode does, yes. On March 28, 1985, he was the first sitting president to have ever visited the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. Who was this capitalist? Ooh, I thought 1985 would give it away because 81 to 89, Ronald Reagan was the U.S. president. Each spring, the first chair musicians in the Boston Symphony tour as the chamber players. The rest of the orchestra performs under another name. What is it? Oh, I'm sure you've heard about the Boston Pops. It's been called the salt of the Orient, blended for various degrees of hotness. What is this food flavoring most associated with Indian food? Eli.
Curry.
Curry is correct for 10 points. The name of this chemical element is Swedish for heavy stone. Its symbol is W. What element is it? Eli again.
Tungsten.
Tungsten, you are correct again. He wrote the lyrics for Gypsy, Follies Company, A Little Night Music, West Side Story, Sweeney Todd. Calvin.
Bernstein?
Not he, no, sorry. Who is this master of musical theater? Oh, Central Dauphin, we stumped you on the great Stephen Sondheim, who died in 2021. She said she had a vision of a hideous phantasm of a man. He stretched out and then signs of life. And then wrote Frankenstein. Who was she? Lauren.
Mary Shelley.
She's the one, yes. Now in Iraq, it was the ancient region between the Tigris and the Euphrates rivers. What was it called? Well, it literally means the land between rivers, and it was called Mesopotamia. This 13-member organization controls more than 3/4 of the world's oil reserve. What is this cartel, Lauren?
OPEC?
OPEC, the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. In 1997, Dee Kantner and Violet Palmer became the first female regular season referees in a major male professional sport. Today, there are 8 full-time women referees in this sport. What sport is it? Maria.
Soccer?
Not soccer, no, sorry. Eli.
Football.
No, it's basketball. The NBA now has 8 full-time women referees. The graph of this trigonometric function is an oscillating curve that runs through the point 0, 0. What is the function, Eli?
Sine.
Sine curve, yes. If you live in Rome, you're a Roman. What are you called if you live in Venice? Paul.
Venetian.
You are a Venetian, yes. Between freezing and boiling water, there are 100 degrees centigrade. How many degrees Fahrenheit are there? Eli?
300.
No, not 300, sorry. Any idea, Northeastern? Calvin?
273.
No, you're both incorrect. Sorry, it's 180. That's 212 minus 32 degrees for the freezing. Of Sweden, Iceland, Greenland, and Russia, which country is not crossed by the Arctic Circle? Lauren?
Russia.
No, sorry, incorrect. No, Sarah.
Iceland?
Iceland is the correct answer. Arnie Cunningham is Pittsburgh high school misfit until he buys a car, a 1958 Plymouth Fury. What is the name of the car in John Carpenter's horror movie and Stephen King's horror novel? Eli?
Christine.
You are correct. Good for you. He was elected to the Senate in November 1962 to fill the seat once held by John F. Kennedy. Who is this Massachusetts politician? Calvin.
Lyndon B. Johnson?
Not he, no, sorry. Any idea, Central Dauphin? We stumped you on his brother, Edward, Teddy Kennedy. In Homer's Odyssey, Odysseus returns home to his wife and son. From what city does he begin the journey? Eli.
Troy.
Troy is correct, and that's on that correct answer. That sound takes us to the end of the round and to our first break. 30-70, but it's early on in the game because we're just warming up. We're going to get ready for the one-on-one rapid fire and team lightning rounds while you watch these very important messages.
WGAL8 Brainbusters will return after this. The final 4 teams in the WGAL8 Brainbusters tournament will win cash grants. The 3rd and 4th place teams will receive $1,000 each. The 2nd place team will receive $3,000. And the WGAL8 Brainbusters champions will receive $5,000 in grant money. Now, here's Rich with our coaches and alternates.
Well, hi everyone. We're going to pause from the action of the game for just a few moments to meet some very important people behind the scenes. Our coaches and, of course, our alternate today. So first we're going to say hello to Miss Aubrey. Miss Aubrey is a math teacher, and she's the co-coach with her father, believe it or not, Mr. Edward Aubrey, who was unable to be here today. So a shout out to you, Mr. Aubrey. Thanks for being here, and thanks for bringing such a great team. Really appreciate it. So, you know, you're a teacher, a young teacher, obviously, a new teacher. Did somebody or something inspire you to be a teacher?
Well, like you mentioned, Rich, my father, Mr. Aubrey, has been teaching actually as long as I've been alive. So I've always had that in the household, and he really inspired me to try and, you know, help young people succeed and become themselves.
And it feels good, doesn't it?
Oh, yes, it
Well,
does.
I can see how you're interacting with the team, and they really relate to you. So thanks for being here. And now let's meet today's alternate from Northeastern, Natalia Colon Rosario. Thank you for coming here. We really appreciate it. And we all have role models. I mean, it could be an influencer, it could be a politician, you know, an artist. I don't know who it is, but I'm curious. Who is your role model, and how has this person affected you?
So I would say definitively my sister is my role model. My older sister, Adriana, she's such a gentle and patient person, and every day I learn from her.
Fantastic. Is she still going to school right now?
She's in college right
Oh,
now.
so she's older, out of school. So you have big footsteps to follow. When you came in, everybody knew, you're the sister of.
Yeah.
That was the same way with my sister. Well, thank you very much for coming. Thanks for supporting your team. Miss Audrey, thanks for bringing such a great team to Studio B. Now let's head over to Central Dauphin. We'll say hello to Mr. Jeff Devaney, and he's been here before, and so you know the routine. Thanks so much for being here. You are a math teacher. And you know, always curious to ask teachers, there's a lot of pressures today on teaching, and it gets greater and greater, you know, and you want to be the best you can. So what keeps you going in spite of the travails of being a teacher?
I like the challenge. So every lesson is different. Every group of students is different. So figuring out what works for each class and how many times or how many different ways you need to explain things kind of makes every day kind of new and fresh. And I really, really enjoy that. And it's great to learn new students, and it's great to learn new content. As you know, I teach astronomy, and you know, every day is new.
And it constantly is, you know, of course there's so much going on with astronomy today, but also when you are coaching a team like this, you get to work with students like this. These are students that want to do well, they want to excel, and they're quite knowledgeable, and they're great people, and we really appreciate you bringing them to Studio B. Yeah. So Mr. Devaney, thanks a lot. Well, you can see that the score right now is 30-70, but it's early on in the game, and now it's time for today's one-on-one rapid fire, where we match our individual players against each other, going head to head. Plus, we get a chance to meet them and see what's going on in their very busy lives. So first, let's say hello to Maria Khan. Maria, you are a junior, your first time here. Great to have you here. So you're only a junior, but I know it's hard not to think about what's next. So what are you looking forward to most after high school?
Honestly, Rich, I'm super excited to get into med school and just graduate from med school and be able to help others in the world.
So you're going to go into the medical field?
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, I'm so grateful for that, because a lot of people are shying away from it. So we really appreciate that somebody's pursuing it. I'll bet you'll be a great
Absolutely.
doctor. Thanks a lot for being here and pursuing such a great career. Let's say hello to Sarab Adhikari, and you are a senior at CDHS, and it's great to have you here. So looking back, you're a senior, you must be close to 18 years old. Going back 3 years, if you wanted to give yourself advice, what kind of advice might you give yourself?
So my teenage years have been really hard and rough on me, and I've made a lot of bad decisions within those years, and I really wish I could improve on the decisions I made and use my time more wisely growing up.
So these bad decisions, I mean, look, you are a quality student here. I mean, so these aren't really bad decisions, just some decisions, maybe procrastination, sloughing off a little bit, not doing enough homework, but now you're ready to go.
Yeah.
And you're ready to go to college. We don't know where yet, but it's all headed. And I hope you are ready now for these 3 questions for Maria and Sarab as we put you two one-on-one. In the 18th century, a Frenchman developed the language known as ASL. What is this language for the deaf and hearing impaired? Maria.
American Sign Language.
You are correct for 10 points. The formula 4 pi r squared gives you the surface area of a geometric solid. Which one, Sarab?
Circle.
Not a circle, no, sorry. Maria.
Triangle.
No, you're both incorrect. It's the sphere is the correct answer. Writers seem to be uncommonly fond of death, especially in their titles. For example, Edgar Allan Poe wrote The Masque of the Red Death in 1942. Who wrote about bullfighting in Death in the Afternoon in 1932? Maria?
Smith.
Not he? No, sorry. Sarab, any idea? It was Ernest Hemingway when he was in Spain and he wrote about bullfighting. Let's meet our 2 captains now in today's competition. So first, from Northeastern, it's a pleasure to welcome back Lauren Edgar, and you are a senior. And, we've all tried something reluctantly. It could be a class, it could be food, perhaps, or meeting a friend. But you tried an activity reluctantly, and now you've embraced it fully.
Yeah, so this year I was placed in a class for snorkeling and aquatic games. And at first I was very reluctant to try snorkeling, but I ended up trying it, and it wasn't as difficult as I thought. It was actually simple and fun.
And it forces you to breathe perfectly, really take those deep breaths. And I find snorkeling really relaxing in so many ways. Thanks for sharing, Lauren. Good luck with your efforts with the aquatic world. Eli Mackey, he's a senior at Central Dauphin. It's great to welcome you here for the first time. And we've all looked for victories in our life. It could be getting an A for the first time on a test or something, but you've had victories in something that is quite intriguing to me.
Yeah, Rich. Recently, I started American Ninja Warrior. I've started practice about 2 years ago, and I got a couple new obstacles recently, the salmon ladder, the warped wall, and just improving in that.
Okay, so I know what American Ninja Warrior is, so these are hardcore athletic activities, am I correct?
It's an intense obstacle course, just back-to-back obstacles, pushing you to the limit.
So is this something you may pursue to go on national TV?
I hope to.
All right, well, good luck. Well, right now we're on local TV. Eli and Lauren, as we put you two one-on-one. Derived from the French word for horseman or knight. It was the code of knighthood in the Middle Ages. What was it called, Eli?
Chivalry?
It was called chivalry, yes. It's a legal district in London. It's part of your skull. It's a Philadelphia University. It's a synagogue. What's the word? Eli again.
Temple?
You are correct again. And finally, these injuries are common among athletes. It can refer to either the tendon at the back of your knee or the 3 muscles. Eli.
Tendonitis?
No. Or, I'm going to complete the question for Lauren, or the 3 muscles that flex your knee and thigh. What is this anatomical term? We stumped you on the hamstring. And Eli is acknowledging that he knows. Now let's meet our final players in today's competition. So first, Calvin. Calvin from Northeastern, it's great to have you here. And you, obviously, to be on a team like this, you need to be a good reader. And you're obviously a good reader. And you have a particular favorite book. I'd love to hear about this because I've never heard about it.
So yes, my favorite book of all time so far is Dance, Dance, Dance by Murakami. He's a Japanese author, and that book is just really interesting. There's so many elements involved, and the story drags me deeper and deeper into its world.
So is it a book that you can read over and over again and discover more?
Yeah, you can read it all over again.
Well, I'm going to look into this. Dance, Dance, Dance. Thanks for sharing. And now let's meet Paul Marker, senior over at Central Dauphin, and it's great to welcome you here for the first time. You're passionate about school, passionate, hopefully, about Quiz Bowl and Brain Busters, but there's something else that you're most passionate about.
Yeah, I would say probably sports overall. I'm really into playing soccer. I love running track. 2 of my most favorite things to do in my free time. It's just something I'm really passionate about.
Do you also participate in school in the athletic teams?
Yeah.
Oh, I bet they're going to miss you when you leave, I'm sure. All right, you can admit it that they will. Paul and Calvin, stay right with us because we have 3 questions for you as we put you two one-on-one. In the theater, it's considered bad luck to mention the play's name Macbeth aloud, so it's called by another name instead. What is this new name? Oh, we stumped you on the Scottish play. On December 8th, 2021, she ended her 16-year tenure as one of Europe's most prominent leaders of the post-World War II era. Who did Vice Chancellor Olaf Scholz succeed in Germany? Calvin.
Merkel?
Angela Merkel is a correct answer. And finally, in international code, this signal is 3 dots, 3 dashes, 3 dots. What is this distress call? Paul.
SOS.
SOS, called Save Our Souls or Save Our Ship. Look at those scores, 50 to 100. We're going to have to pick up the pace now and see what happens as we play today's 60-second team lightning round. Okay, so Northeastern, you're behind at this point, so you have your work cut out for you, but you can do it with one of these 3 quizzes. We have Who Do You Know, Potpourri, and Brothers and Sisters.
Potpourri, please.
Potpourri, a potpourri of questions. You'll earn 10 points each for identifying this variety of people, places, and things. Lauren, I take your answer as the team's answer. Maria and Calvin are ready to help you along. We're going to put 60 seconds on the clock, which will begin after I finish reading the first question. Okay, you can relax for a little bit, Central Dauphin, so here we go. The list of characters in a play or something for a broken leg.
Cast.
Cast is correct. What chemical element has the symbol U?
Gold.
Uranium. The number of lines in a sonnet.
14.
Correct. On what ship did the Pilgrims arrive in 1620?
Mayflower.
Correct. What is the average IQ?
100.
It is 100, yes. In what country is Gaelic the national and first official language?
Scotland.
Ireland. How many great-grandparents do you have?
4.
8. How many hearts does an octopus have?
8.
3. What ancient Greek storyteller is credited with dozens of fables? Aesop. What famous battle did Napoleon fight in Belgium in 1815?
Battle of the Bulge.
Waterloo. How many stars are there on the U.S. flag?
50.
50 is correct. What sport is played on a pitch between 2 wickets?
Cricket.
Cricket is correct. In an area, what is the smallest of the 5 Great Lakes?
Erie.
Lake Ontario. What novel by James Fenimore Cooper is subtitled A Narrative of 1787? It was The Last of the Mohicans. A little stumbling, so 6 correct came your way, taking you to 110 points. All right, Eli, this could be a break for you. Well, we're going to find out shortly. We have 2 remaining quizzes. We have Who Do You Know and Brothers and Sisters.
We'll go with Who Do You Know?
Who do you know? For 10 points each, identify these people, places, and things whose names begin with H-O-O. Eli, I take your answer as the team's answer. Sarab and Paul are ready to help you along. 60 seconds on the clock, which will begin after I finish reading the first question. So good luck, and here we go. He was president when the Great Depression began.
Hoover?
Hoover is correct. It's another name for the game of basketball.
Hoops.
Hoops, yes. The logo for this chain of restaurants is 2 large owl's eyes, sort of.
Hooters.
Hooters, yes. It's a criminal who operates out of the area where you live.
Hoodlum.
That's correct. Thousands of sheep and cattle were killed in Europe in 2001 because of this disease. Hoof and mouth disease. In a 1989 movie, this big drooling dog is Tom Hanks' canine partner.
Hooch.
Hooch is correct. It's a what play when you skip a class, you go AWOL. What are you playing? You're playing hooky. An expression of approval, a cheer, especially after hip hop.
Hooray?
Hooray, yes. Leader of the Blowfish, winner of the 1995 Grammy for Best New Artist.
Hootie?
Hootie is correct. These soccer fans tend to take out their feelings on other soccer fans. Hooligans. This 1991 movie starred Robin Williams as a grown-up Peter Pan. Hook. It's what you are if you're from Fort Wayne, Gary, or Indianapolis. You're a Hoosier. That was 6 correct. So 67 correct, sorry. So 70 points came your way. So 110 to 170. It's now time to reveal today's bonus Brainbuster category. So during our break, our teams will wager 0 to 25 points based on their knowledge of game show hosts. That's a great category. So we'll have the bonus Brainbuster and, of course, the all-important Final Frenzy when WGAL8 Brainbusters continues following this.
Watch all this season's episodes of WGAL8 Brainbusters anytime on WGAL.com. Our online home also includes our tournament schedule and a chance to learn more about the show and host Rich Rosen. Go to WGAL.com and click on Brainbusters.
Well, hi, everybody. Welcome back to Studio B as we continue our match between Northeastern and Central Dauphin. As you can see, a slight lead for Central Dauphin, but everything can change now because here's the very pivotal round, the bonus Brainbuster. During our break, our teams wagered 0 to 25 points based on their knowledge of game show hosts. Let's head into the News 8 newsroom with Michael Fuller. He has today's question. Michael.
Thanks, Rich. Now here's your bonus Brainbuster. His career spanned more than 8 decades and was best known as the longtime host of The Price is Right on CBS. In 2002, he actually broke Johnny Carson's record for continuous performances on the same network TV show, who died in August of 2023 at the age of 99. Again, his career spanned more than 8 decades, was best known as the longtime host of The Price is Right on CBS. In 2002, he broke Johnny Carson's record for continuous performances on the same network TV show, who died in August 2023 at the age of 99. Well, good luck with your answer now. Back to Studio B. Rich?
Thank you, Michael. Good luck, teams. We'll give you about 5 seconds. Oh, yes? About 5 seconds, yes. Wait, Lauren's pen is closed. Eli's pen's closed. All right, Lauren, we always start with this side of the set, so if you'll kindly show us your answer. Alex Trebek, no, of course, as you know, he was Jeopardy, so, and he did die recently, but 10-point deduction, so we're taking away 10 points, taking you down to 100. Eli, did you know the man?
Pat Robinson?
Pat Robinson. No, he's never been a game show. 25-point deduction. Well, this could be a break for you. The correct answer is Bob Barker. Come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. All right, 100 to 145. All the marbles are coming up right now in today's final frenzy. This time we have 20-point questions. Pick up those signaling buttons. Use them frequently beginning now. His followers called him Abdul Ammar, the father of the struggle. Who was this leader of the Palestinian Liberation Organization? Maria.
Muhammad.
Nope, sorry, incorrect. Any idea? Oh, Yasser Arafat. It's bordered by Myanmar, China, Cambodia, Thailand, and Vietnam. What country is it? Calvin.
Laos.
Laos is correct. In the 17th century, Descartes devised a way of associating points on a plane with pairs of real numbers, and therefore of associating algebraic equations with geometric curves. What field of mathematics did he thus create? Eli.
Algebra?
Not algebra, no, sorry. Any idea, Northeastern? We stumped you on analytic geometry or coordinate geometry. In 1888, after what has been called the most corrupt campaign in U.S. history, he was elected by the Electoral College, although Grover Cleveland had won the popular vote. Who was this Republican? Benjamin Harrison. The Kansas-Nebraska Act that may have led to the Civil War. The Treaty of Kanagua opens Japan to U.S. trade. Henry David Thoreau publishes Walden. The Republican Party is formed. What's the year? 1834, 1844, 1854, or 1864? Calvin.
1844.
Nope, sorry, incorrect. Eli.
1854?
You are correct for 10 points. 20 points. Samuel Taylor Coleridge wrote this poem under the influence of opium and never finished it. What short poem is named for a 13th century Mongol ruler? Lauren.
The Rime of the Ancient Mariner?
No, but a great guess. Sorry about that. Eli.
Attila?
Kublai Khan is the correct answer. Red bottom, green charm, and blue up are 3 of the 18 kinds of these basics. Eli.
Quarks?
Quarks is the correct pronunciation, but we will take it. The Roman Senate gave Octavian this honorary name in 27 BC. His full name was Gaius Julius Caesar Octavius. Who ruled Rome for more than 40 years in the 1st century BC? Calvin.
Augustus.
Augustus is correct. Years ago, in September 1999, 250,000 copies of Dreamcast sold. What company released this new video game player, Eli?
Sega?
Sega did, yes. The first active extraterrestrial volcanoes were discovered in 1979 on Io, a moon of this planet. Which planet? And not in time, sorry, it was Jupiter, of course. Well, that sound takes us to the end of the round and to the end of the game. It looks like Central Dauphin was triumphant, and they will return for round 2, but I hope you'll return to see us in just a few short moments.
Scorekeeping for WGAL8 Brainbusters, presented by Jennings College Consulting, where students discover the right college fit for the future. We'll return after this. Welcome back to WGAL8 Brainbusters, the Susquehanna Valley's longest-running high school quiz show. Once again, here's your host, Rich Rosen.
Well, hi, everyone. Thanks so much for staying with us. Congratulations, Central Dauphin. They are going to return for round 2. Now, we're going to say goodbye to Northeastern. Thanks a lot. Thanks for being such quality people from start to finish. We'll see you next season. Now, coming up on the next WGAL8 Brainbusters, we have Trinity versus Stone Independent. 2 great schools. They're going to battle it out. We hope to see you then. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. So long, everyone.